10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Night Stalker.
Dire team pick.
Shadow Shaman.
Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
I speak for the trees.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
League's assassin.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Visage.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Shakira.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Mirana. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Puck!
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds Radiant remaining. Team pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Sven stands ready.
Dire team pick.
Dragon Knight.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This evening we've got a game between White Shadows and I Can Only Dream. I Can Only Dream are playing on the Radiant side while White Shadows are playing on the Dire side. So this is going to be a really good game. This is the finals, by the way, so do check this game out. And as the game starts, we see a 3-man smoke up coming in from the Radiant side. Not a 3-man smoke up, that's going to be a 2-man smoke up. The Jakiro is also going to be there. The smoke is going to break. It has run out of duration. Jakiro placed an observer ward in the top side. We see the Nature's Prophet being drafted up in for White Shadows. They have that a little bit of global presence with that Nature's Prophet, and we see the Treants being used to like, scout out the rune spot in the bottom side. So let's talk about the draft then. We see for I Can Only Dream they have a Puck, Jakiro, Night Stalker, Nyx Assassin and a Sven in their draft. Really good draft, and they have a bunch of stuns. They have actually stuns on every one of their heroes, so a good amount of lockdown going for them. Meanwhile, for the side of White Shadows we see a Dragonite Visage, a Mirana, Nature's Prophet and a Shadow Shaman being picked up. As we see, the game has been paused, so do check us out. We are Playtonia. Check our Facebook page, check our YouTube channel, check our Twitch, and a shout out to one of our sponsors, Yasaram University. Do check them out. They're one of the best universities in India. They roll out a good amount of talents every year. Phoenix Market City, Bangalore. If you're ever in Bangalore, do check them out. And the go sign has been given. So it's going to be a Mirana in the position 1 in the top lane, supported by the Shadow Shaman and the Visage. The Dragon Knight, as usual, is going to be in the mid lane versus a Puck. I would give the matchup advantage to Puck for now, since he's a ranged hero, but once that Dragon Knight gets that Legion stack going on, combined with that Breathe Fire spam, I don't think a Puck will stand a chance in the lane unless his supports come to support him. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we see it's going to be a solo Nature's Prophet versus a tri-lane coming in from I Can Only Dream, the Night Stalker, and the Jakiro are going to be there supporting up the Sven, and I guess this is going to be first blood. The Jakiro did get his nuke onto the Nature's Prophet. One more right click is going to get that, but the first blood did go for the Nature's Prophet, so it's going to be a double kill going to the side of White Shadows. The Nature's Prophet picks that up, not before he dies to the Jakiro.
With me.
So things are going really well for the Nature's Prophet. Even though he was solo, he managed to pick that 2 kills in the lane. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we see the Visage is just going to go ahead and stack up a bunch of camps, maybe for the Dragon Knight or the Mirana to take them up. We've seen another initiation down the bottom lane. The Nature's Prophet is getting really low. One more right click will be able to secure that, but he will not be able to do so. The Nature's Prophet is safe under the arms of the tier 1. But that did force a support rotation coming in from the Shadow Shaman, so Mirana has to be careful in the top lane versus a Nyx. A Nyx is actually pretty capable of getting solo kills on his own. He has a good amount of base region, so it's highly unlikely that he's going to go down that fast. So you see the Dragon Knight having 2 points into his Dragon's Blood, so he has that passive Tango region going on for him. Shadow Shaman in the bottom lane taking a decent amount of damage. The Sven is thinking of maybe committing for that kill, but decides otherwise. So we see that Nature's Prophet is just going to swing between the jungle and the lane. So the Dragon Knight is kind of getting zoned out of his lane. There comes the Breed Fire that's going to deal a decent amount of damage. The Illusory Orb used to escape. The Buck is going to be safe for now. Buck just is going to go for the salve up and he's going to be safe. The Courier comes in, down to the mid lane, delivers that Soul Ring to the Dragon Knight. The Soul Ring is a really good item since he does have that really amazing amount of passive region. The Soul Ring will not be able to take out a lot of HP from the Dragon Knight. He's also really tanky, which will also allow him to spam that Dragon Fire. So yeah, things are looking really well for the Dragon Knight. The first Night Cycle is going to be there. There is going to be a Shackle onto the Jakiro, but the Shadow Shaman is going to get stunned up by the Stormhammer from the Sven. A few more right clicks coming in from both of these heroes might be able to secure the kill. We see the Ghost Chill is going to be there, but the Sven is going to be able to get that last right click and is able to secure the kill onto the Shadow Shaman. The Jakiro is pretty low. I hope that he is going to go back to base and not feed his life to the heroes of White Shadow. We see a TP coming in from the Shadow Shaman. The Illusory Orb has been used. If there is a stun on the Dragon Knight, they would be able to go for the kill, but the Dragon Knight does not have that, sadly. We see the Nature's Prophet. He has enough money for that Phase Boot. Once he has that, he will have a better lane presence. The Jakiro is going to get spotted out by the Visage, and the Grave Chill is going to be there. That is going to save a lot of movement speed and attack speed going the way of the Visage. He does have that W of his to go for it, but it's not going to be the case. He's just going to get bursted down by the Buck who rotated from the mid lane to save his dear friend. So we see a rotation coming in down to the top lane. The Shackle is going to be there. The arrow though, it is going to connect, but there is not going to be any follow-up. The Nyx Assassin is just going to go back. He does have that 1 point in the spike characters, so they need to be really careful about how they have to deal with this. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, the Nature's Prophet is there. He is zoning out the Sven, who is solo for now. The Jakiro has TP'd to the bottom lane, trying to help out the Sven. So we see the dual null talismans being picked up by the puck, which will be able to allow him to deal more damage. The illusory orb has been used, but I don't think he has the advantage over the Dragon Knight. He regens way too much.
I can't let you have that.
So the Nature's Prophet is just going to go for that Hand of Midas. The Hand of Midas is really good. It will allow him to deal more damage with those right clicks, since he does attack really faster. Also gives him that little bit of a insurance policy to get his gold back up whenever, even if he gets ganked. He has that Hand of Midas, that reliable gold.
Radiant are scanning.
So there is going to be a scan from the side of Icon Only Dream, but that is not going to connect onto anyone. There is going to be a great chill on the top lane from the Nyx Assassin, but no other follow-up, so you're just trying to zone out the Nyx Assassin. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, this Dragon Knight is doing really swell. The Night Stalker though has rotated onto the jungle, trying to get a kill onto the Nature's Prophet, but the Nature's Prophet is just going to use that Sprout and TP back to base.
Denied.
So the Dragon Knight has that armlet being queued up as his first item. He's not opting to go for that power threats. That is a pretty good choice. He does have that really good attack animation and damage. He does not really need that power threat, since he has that soul ring, so no need for armor toppling. Well, the game has been going really passive. There hasn't been a lot of kills happening on either side, much less initiation, so I guess it's the next night cycle that we have to look forward to for the Night Stalker to make those plays happen. See a Blast Nature coming in from the Nature's Prophet, that is going to give him that little bit of farm, that little bit of boost so he can like get that gold, that global gold. Also a little bit of harass going towards the side of Icon of the Dream. The Dragon's Breath is getting used by the Dragon Knight. The Dragon Knight is thinking of going for the puck, but there is going to be the rotation coming in from the Night Stalker, so he's not going to decide on that. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, the Visage, having almost completed his medallion, is looking really strong. Once he gets that and his level 6, he will be able to go for solo kills on supports like the Jakiro, and even go for solo kill on the Sven if he's lucky enough. So the Dragon's form is going to get popped up, and there is going to be that Sprout onto the Night Stalker. The Night Stalker is going to get stunned up by the Dragon Knight, but there is going to be the Dream Coil that is going to deal a lot of damage. And the coil has not been popped up yet, but there is going to be a fail coming in from the Nyx Assassin. The Night Stalker is definitely going to go down. The Mirana has also been popped, but the Shackle turnaround coming in from the Shadow Shaman is going to get the return kill onto the puck. That's going to be a 1-for-2 trade going to the side of Icon Only Dream. And with that rotation, it seems as though they want to siege the tier 1. The Shadow Shaman's wards have been dropped. The Sven though, down in the bottom lane, has popped up his Godstrength. He wants to go for the kill onto the Visage. The Visage though, he's looking really strong. He has the movement speed. The Mask of Madness though, it's still there. One more right click will be able to get that kill, but the Night Stalker is just going to steal that with that Void. Meanwhile, we see a rotation onto the top lane from the Nature's Prophet. The Nature's Prophet has summoned up his Treants and is planning to siege that tier 1 in the top lane. And I guess it's just going to go down without a lot of contest. And the Nyx Assassin is there. He wants to get a kill onto the Mirana. He's waiting for a rotation coming in from one of his heroes, and that's going to be the Puck. The Puck is going to be able to get 2 kills onto the side of White Shadows. The Nature's Prophet and the Mirana are going to go down. They do get that tier 1 in exchange though, so that's one thing going for them. The Haste Rune is going to get picked up by the Jakiro. So the Veil of Discord has been completed onto the Puck. It is going to get delivered in the courier pretty soon. And maybe they can go for another kill onto the Dragon Knight. The Dragon Knight hasn't died yet, not another kill, but they could possibly just go for the Dragon Knight with one or more heroes coming in from the side of I Can Only Dream. So you see the Dragon Knight has rotated onto the bottom lane. He is going to spot out the Sven. The Sven, though, he's looking really strong. He also has the Mask of Madness and the God Strength to boot, so he needs to be really careful. The stun is going to be there though from the Dragon Knight, and the Shackle coming in from the Shadow Shaman is going to be there, and that is going to be a really dead Sven. The Sprout is also going to be there, so the Jakiro also goes down. There is a Night Stalker in the trees there. If he gets spotted out by the Visage's Familiars, it is going to be a really tough situation for him. But I guess he's not going to reveal himself anytime soon. So that's going to be like 4 heroes rotating down to the bottom lane, trying to go for that early siege.
Radiant's bottom tower.
The Snakes are going to get dropped up by the Shadow Shaman. The tier 2s are under siege. That is going to be a Dragon Knight plus the Nature's Prophet dealing damage. So it's 12 minutes end and the tier 2 is down. The Night Stalker's impact has not been a lot in this game. He is going to get spotted out by the Mirana and his heroes. There is going to be a Void which is going to cancel out the TP coming in from the Nature's Prophet. And maybe we can see a 5-on-5 team fight going right now. There is going to be that Sprout onto the Night Stalker. The Night Stalker does not have the Hunter in the night, so he will not be able to go above that Sprout. The Visage and the Shadow Shaman dealing a lot of damage in these team fights. The Nyx Assassin though has completed his Arcane Boots, has the Blink Dagger being queued up. With that Blink Dagger they will be able to go for one more setup, possibly get the game back into their favor. The Sven though opting to go for the Chanting Yasha, and there is going to be that 3-stack Ancient which he is going to farm up pretty fast with the God Strength being used. Though the game has reached a stalemate for now, so I'm going to give out a shout out to one of our sponsors, Acer, Playtonia. Do check them out. They give out a lot of peripherals. They also do a lot of gaming laptops. Do check them out. And Circle CD Gaming. Circle make one of the best cabinets in the world, so do check them out if you're a gamer. Buy one of their products. It's really good. And also Redbull as our energy sponsor. Do check them out. And the game is going to get resumed. There is a Dragon Knight. He's getting scouted out by the Nyx Assassin with that Vendetta. Maybe they want to go for the Dragon Knight. The Sven is there. There is going to be the Shadow Blade being popped up, and the Dust is also going to be there. So the Dragon Knight is in a lot of danger. He does have that armlet, and he is really tanky in these team fights. He's going to get a lot of that. The hero's ultimate, and down the toggle is not going to be there, so he's going to go down. The Visage is also going to go down. One more likely coming in from the Sven is going to secure that. Shadow Shaman is in a bit of a pickle himself. He's just going to go in between those trees and TP back to base. So he's going to be safe. That's going to be 2 heroes going the way of I Can Only Dream, while White Shadows only lose their Night Stalker in that exchange. The Dragon Lance has been completed onto the Mirana. She's going to go for the Maelstrom. Maelstrom will allow her to deal more damage. Also, a good farming tool. Those lightning procs are really good at farming neutral strats and pushing out the waves. The Arcane Boot has been completed on the Shadow Shaman. He's looking really strong. He has been in every one of these team fights. Has been a good tool to set up a bunch of kills for White Shadows. The Nature's Prophet though has completed his Hand of Midas, opting to go for that Orchid before the Desolator. He also has a Blightstone, so we don't know. It might go either way.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
A bunch of wards being delivered on the courier to the Shadow Shaman. He is going to ward up that Ancient stack, probably. No, he's just going to go walk towards the Roche pit and possibly ward that Radiant jungle in the top side. He is going to get spotted out by the Observer that the Radiant has placed already. The next assassin is going to be there. He knows that there is a Shadow Shaman there. If he is going to get caught out by the sentry, that is going to be a really tough situation going for White Shadows. So we see 5 heroes rotating onto the top lane. They want to go for the team fight.
Flesh sustains, gold remains.
Vanish.
So we see an initiation onto the Dragon Knight. He's going to get stunned up by the Sven. The Stormhammer is going to deal a lot of damage. The Dragon Knight is in half his HP, but it's not going to be enough. The Dragon Knight is going to be able to get a kill onto the Sven. The Sven goes down. The next assassin, though, he's looking really low. The Shadow Shaman wards had to be dropped to get that kill. And it seems as though the side of White Shadows just want to go for the tier 2. The treants are there, so a good amount of damage going for them. And the tier 2 is getting sieged.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
There is a puck in the top side. Maybe if he wants to rotate and try to get a flank onto the heroes from White Shadows, he might be able to do so, but no, he decides to TP back home. So the medallion having been completed onto the Visage, he's looking really strong. And the Orchid almost completed onto the Nature's Prophet. Once he gets that, he will have that silence tool and make sure that he'll be able to get the kill onto the Puck. The Puck does not really deal well with silences unless he has the Yules. I don't think he has the Yules just yet, so that Orchid could be really dangerous right now. The Observer Ward is going to spot out the Sven. The Sven is going to pop his Mask of Madness and try to farm up those creep waves. And the double damage is going to be there, so the Sven is going to go down really easily. He did pop that Mask of Madness, so he could not really do anything else. The Observer Ward is going to be there in the mid lane. The tier 2 is going to get scouted out by the Shadow Shaman's wards. The arrow is just going to miss the next assassin. The Dragon form has been popped up, and the tier 2 is under the contest of White Shadows. It is going to go down fairly soon. There is the next assassin. He's going to get spotted up by the Sentry Ward and gets shackled by the Shadow Shaman. He's going to go down. The tier 2 is also going to go down in these fights. So that's going to be 5-man rotation on the mid lane. 18 minutes in. They want to contest that tier 3. And the wards have been dropped. There is going to be that macro fire that is going to be dealing a decent amount of damage, but they can just sidestep through that. The Veil of Discord is going to get popped up onto the Visage, and there is going to be an amazing Dream Call, and that is going to be 2 heroes down for the side of White Shadows. The tier 3 has gone down though, but the God Strength also being popped up by the Sven gets to return 2 kills, and the Mirana ultimate is going to be there, so the rest of the heroes are going to escape. So the Blink Dagger and Veil of Discord having been completed onto the Puck is looking really strong, but we see a little bit of initiation onto the Radiant jungle. The Shadow Shaman has been spotted up by the Night Stalker. Maybe they want to go for the chase. He is getting backed up by the Mirana though. The Hunter in the Night being popped up by the Night Stalker. The Night Stalker will not be able to spot out the Shadow Shaman. Okay, no, he does spot out the Shadow Shaman, and the Void is going to be there cancelling out the TP. And that's going to be a Shadow Shaman going
Dire's
down.
middle tower is under attack.
So since the Orchid has been completed onto the Nature's Prophet, maybe they could go for more global ganks in tandem with the Visage familiars. They will be able to get an easy amount of kills. The next assassin though, with that Vendetta being popped up, wants to go for a kill onto the 2 heroes down the mid lane. A beautiful Impel coming in from the next assassin, and a beautiful Dreamfall from the Puck will be able to chop up the Dragon Knight. The Dragon Knight will not be able to do anything. He is really tanky though. They need to commit a lot of spells to get the kill. There's going to be the Ice Path, and the Stormhammer is going to seal the deal. Getting that kill onto the Dragon Knight. Well, meanwhile, all of this is happening. The tier 2 is going to get contested by the Nature's Prophet. There is going to be that Nyx Assassin though, so maybe the Dragon Knight, maybe the Nature's Prophet could go for the kill onto the Nyx Assassin if he gets the Orchid before he gets the Spike Carapace. So the shrines are vulnerable right now since the tier 3 was taken down in the previous fight. So yeah, White Shadows are playing a really fast-paced game. They want to take those objectives. They want to end the game as fast as possible since they know this is the finals. So the Maelstrom has been completed onto the Mirana. The Mirana will be able to deal a lot of damage in these team fights with her right clicks, and we see a Blinken and Bale coming onto the Shadow Shaman. The Shadow Shaman is going to get spotted out by the next assassin, and there is going to be the backup of the Night Stalker. So they will just get that kill. The Familiars will not be able to save the life of the Shadow Shaman. I Can Only Dream need to group up as 5 heroes if they have any chance to defend, and that's exactly what they're doing. Shadowblade has been queued up in the Nature's Prophet quick buy. Shadowblade will be able to be a good tool for escape if the Nature's Prophet is going to get spotted out by the heroes. We see a 5-man smoker coming in from I Can Only Dream. They want to go for a kill. And they really want to go for a kill because they're not doing really well. Their structures are down. They do have the kill advantage, but kill advantage does not really matter in a game of Dota. There is going to be the scan from the Radiant. It is going to spot out the Mirana. The Mirana is going to get spotted out. The scan is going to be there, so the Mirana will be able to escape, and she pops her ultimate, but that is not going to be enough, I guess. The Visage is also going to get spotted out by the Night Stalker. The Night Stalker is going to be dealing a lot of damage, but this is going to be a really failed smoke coming in from the side of I Can Only Dream. The 5 heroes though, they are trying to retreat. The puck has retreated towards the Radiant jungle. And we see snakes being dropped up in the bottom lane. It does not seem like White Shadows really want to take a lot of these team fights. They just want to go for that rat-based gameplay. The Dragon Knight is going to get spotted out by Phoenix Assassin. A beautiful impale on the 2 heroes. The Green Skull is going to be there, so the Dragon Knight is going to go down. 2 heroes down, 3. The Visage is also going to get spotted out by the Night Stalker, and the Bale is going to be there. So that's going to be an ultra kill going the way of the Sven. The Mirana is the only one who lives through all of these fights, but the Mirana really did not participate in any of these team fights, so we can't really say that she's going to be doing a lot in this game. So we see the Talisman of Evasion having been picked up by the Night Stalker. He is going to be able to complete that medallion pretty soon. Shadow Shaman, still level 10, 23 minutes into the game, but then again they do have that structural advantage. They have taken down the tier 3, so things are looking really well for White Shadows if they stop going into these team fights alone and dying alone. So the Night Stalker is going to be scouting out the dire side. The night time has gone down, so he will not be able to do a lot right now. Maybe the side of I Can Only Dream have to wait and play around the Night Stalker's nighttime and his ultimate. They have to be really careful. The BKB is going to get queued up by the Dragon Knight, and the Ancients are going to get farmed by the Nature's Prophet. He has completed his Shadow Blade, so things are looking really well. And we see a 5-man smoker come in from the side of I Can Only Dream. They want to go for a kill onto the Radiant jungle. The Visage is going to be there, and he's going to get spotted out by the Night Stalker, and there is going to be a Blink Impale coming in from the Nyx Assassin. The Nyx Assassin, though, he's really tanky. I don't know what they can do. The Mirana is going to get spotted out by the Sven, and boom, boom, boom. 3 hits from the Sven, and she goes down. The Shadow Shaman, though, he is going to get this is going to run out, and he's going to get spotted out by the Night Stalker, and he also goes down. That's going to be 3 heroes going down. Again, for the side of White Shadows, I Can Only Dream are taking the team fight back in a really fashionable sense. The Maelstrom being queued up for
Dire's
the
middle tower is under
Nature's
attack.
Prophet. So we see that Dragon Form has been popped up by the Dragon Knight. The Dragon Knight wants to go for a go onto the Jakiro. The Jakiro is going to get stunned up by the Dragon's Tail. And there is going to be the Visage's familiar stuns also, so he's going to go down fairly easily. The Dragon Knight, though, as tanky as he is, does not seem like he's going to be dealing a lot of damage.
Pull roots and run.
So we see 5 heroes from the side of White Shadows have gathered up near the Roche pit. They want to get the Roche down with the Jakiro down. They will be able to do that pretty easily, but I don't think Icon of the Dream are going to allow that without any contest. The Roche is halfway down. The Night Stalker and the Puck know that they're there. The Illusory Orb is going to be there. So the Puck has completed his Yule Scepter and has available for Lincoln is going to get popped up, and yeah, the status of the Roshan has been spotted out, and we see a blink in, and the Dragon Knight has got that Aegis, so this match won't be possible. The Aegis has been popped up immediately though, but the BKB on the Sven is going to be able to deal a lot of damage. The Visage just melts down to the Sven's Godstrength, and the Shadow Shaman soon to follow. One more right from the Puck is going to secure that, and the Dragon Knight, he's alone in the Roche pit. Doesn't matter if he had the Aegis, he's just going to go down, getting guided up by the hero and Sven. And that is going to be 4 heroes down for the side of White Shadows. But meanwhile, the Nature's Prophet though, he has other plans. He's going to get that barracks, but there is going to be that Blink Impale coming in from the Assassin and the Okay, the Nature's Prophet is going to go down. The barracks though are down for the side of Icon Only Dream. A really rad-based game going for the side of White Shadows. I don't know how I feel about that. As much as structural damage they're getting from these team fights, they do have the Sven for the side of Icon Only Dream. He can possibly combat the Mega Creeps onslaught from the Dire side, so they should really look to end this game as soon as possible and not opt for these rad plays. They need to go for all these push plays once the team is down for Icon Only Dream. Lincoln Sphere being queued up for the Mirana. Once she gets that, she will not be initiated upon by the Sven. Maybe the Impale will be able to scratch her here and there, but I don't think she will be dying anytime soon once she gets the Lincoln Sphere. So the Glimmer Cape being queued up for the Shadow Shaman, a really good tool, really support-based tool, will be able to negate a lot of magic damage with that passive, and also provide that invisibility which in clutch moments they might need to escape from in these team fights, which seem to go usually in the favor of Icon Only Dream.
Allies disappear.
So the Mirana ultimate is going to get popped up. The top lane, we see the Jakiro is going to get spotted out by the heroes of White Shadows, but there is only going to be that one Shadow Shaman defending the top lane. They have to be really careful. They cannot afford to feed more heroes in these team fights. Nyx Assassin though, he has the Vendetta, he has spotted out the Dragon Knight. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we see the Night Stalker has gone towards the Mirana, but in the top lane, the Shadow Shaman is looking really weak. He does have that Glimmer Cape, so he will be able to escape for now. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, there is going to be the Godstrength being popped up by the Sven. A few more right clicks is going to secure the kill. There is going to be that Orchid coming in from the Nature's Prophet, and one more right click will be able to secure the kill onto the Nature's Prophet. The Sven is struggling to get that last hit, but he finally manages to do so. The BKB is down though. The Ice Path is going to connect, and they are going to spot out the Mirana. A few more right clicks coming in from the Sven will be able to secure the kill, and he goes down. The Dragon Knight though, he is scouring that area with that invisibility, and he is going to pop his Dragon Form and the BKB, so he's trying to get the kill onto the Sven, but the Sven is really looking really tanky. He wants to go for the kill onto the Jakiro though, and the Jakiro will be able to escape. The Dragon Form being popped for nothing. And meanwhile, the top lane is going to get pushed up by the Puck. The Visage is going to be there, so he's not going to be able to go for the tier 3. So yeah, things are looking really well for Icon Only Dream, even though they are losing a lot of structures in these team fights, being ratted out by the Nature's Prophet. They are getting these return kills, and the Sven is getting fatter and fatter with each team fight. And once he gets that 6-slotted item for the Sven, I don't think that White Shadows have a way of dealing with that. So yeah, potentially we could be looking at a really long game. The Silver Edge has been completed on the Nature's Prophet. That will be able to deal a little bit more damage. But then again, they don't have a lot of passives that get cancelled by the break. So the Shadow Shaman is going to get spotted out by the Night Stalker. The Night Stalker though does not have that void, so the Shadow Shaman will be able to TP back to base. The Puck has that East Room being bottled up, and they want to gather in the bottom lane, try to go for that push. Meanwhile, the Nature's Prophet, just being the Harari hero he is, he's just going to opt for the tier 2 push to the top lane.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant are scanning.
And we see, even though the Sven is at the top of the network charts, the Nature's Prophet is trailing just behind that.
Radiant's top tower
The Godsman is going to get popped up by the Sven. He's going to get immediately heads up by the Shadow Shaman, but the Shadow Shaman base with his alive. He is going to get caught up by the Ice Pad, and he's going to go down. Meanwhile, the Nature's Prophet is ratting in the top lane. The 5 heroes from the side of I Can Only Dream are all huddled up in the bottom side of the map. And there are going to be a bunch of TPs coming in from the Visage. No, the Nyx Assassin is going to be there. Maybe they want to go for a kill onto the Nature's Prophet. The Nature's Prophet is going to get spotted out by the Night Stalker. No, the Nature's Prophet is just going to be able to TP back. The Nature's Prophet though, he spots out the Jakiro. Maybe he wants to go for a kill onto the Jakiro. There is going to be that Sprout coming in from the Nature's Prophet. The Orchid is not in time, so the Nature's Prophet will be able to... No, he will not be able to get the kill onto the Jakiro.
Radiant's bottom shrine.
Top shrine is going to get contested. Sorry, the bottom shrine is going to get contested, and it's probably going to go down really fast. We see a Stronghammer coming in from the side of I Can Only Dream. The Nyx Assassin is scouting out, and he does see that Nature's Prophet. The familiars from the Visage are dealing a decent amount of damage. They will be able to get that shrine really low. And the Nature's Prophet just farming out, pushing out those lanes. And we see a peculiar gem purchase coming in from the Night Stalker. This early into the game, 33 minutes in.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
I guess they need all those detections since they have that pesky Nature's Prophet going on with that Silver Edge.
The seeds of fortune.
The Puck though has completed her Aghanim Scepter and the Blink Dagger, so he's looking really strong in these team fights. The Aghanim Scepter will allow the Dream Claw to go through spell immunity, so no more rat plays going for White Shadows. We see an Assault Cuirass being queued up for the Dragon Knight that will allow him to survive the damage that the Sven deals once he initiates onto the Dragon Knight. We see the Nyx Assassin is going to get spotted out by the Shadow Shaman. Maybe the Shadow Shaman wants to go for a blink play onto the Nyx Assassin. The Nyx Assassin though looking really in a tough position. He's going to get Rod of Aether's up, and he is getting really low. The Spike Artist is going to be there. He's still living, and we see a smoke up coming in from the side of I Can Only Dream. The Sven is going to blink in and hasn't popped the BKB, so he's looking really weak right now. And the Dragon Knight though, he's in that Macro Pyre and he's going to go down. That is going to be 3 heroes down for the side of White Shadows. And the Nature's Prophet will be able to survive these team fights. He's just going to use that Silver Edge and get out. Maybe looking to go for the rat play, trying to distract the team from pushing to their own tier 3s.
Dire's middle tower is under
And we see the
attack.
Nature's Prophet TP to the bottom lane with those creeps is going to push the bottom lane.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So Mirana is going to be the
Dire's
only one who's going to
structures
TP back to her
fortified.
base. The fortification has been used. The tier 3 is under siege by the Puck and the rest of the heroes from the side of I Can Only Dream. The tier 3 is getting really low, but the Nature's Prophet has gotten to the bottom barracks and this is Atrians.
Has fallen.
And we see a little bit of an exchange going. The barracks are going to go down through
Radiant's
those
bottom
creeps.
barracks has
A
fallen.
prize.
The hero is going to get spotted out by the Nature's Prophet and is going to go down. So that is one hero going down towards one lane of barracks. A pretty good exchange going for the side of White Shadows.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Radiant's bottom shrine is definitely going to go down. The Sasha is going to pick that up. And meanwhile, consecutively, we see the Nexus Prophet TP to the top shrine, and he's also going to take that.
Radiant's top
So the shrines are
has
down
fallen.
for the side of I Can Only Dream. The Nexus Assassin, a little bit too late. Maybe if it's there early, they could have gone for the kill on the Nexus Prophet. And Roshan is going to get spotted out by the shadows, White Shadows, and the Bloodthorn is going to be there from the Nexus Prophet, and Roche is just melting like butter. He's going to go down, and the Aegis is probably going to be yes, they don't want to give that to the Dragon Knight, since the Dragon Knight is a transformation hero. He will not be able to do a lot once his transformation stops and he dies. The Aegis will not give him that dragon form when he respawns. So BKB being queued up for the Nature's Prophet. He does have enough money, but he is saving it up for buyback.
Dire are scanning.
The Sven though is still at the top of the net worth charts with a 24,000 gold as net worth, followed closely by the Nature's Prophet, who is about 3,000 less. And we see the massive difference between the cores of White Shadows and I Can Only Dream. That's the quality of the core we see right there. Well, it seems the game has reached a little bit of a stalemate. None of these teams want to go for a push anytime soon, so I'm going to take this time and be a corporate sellout. And do check out our sponsors, Twitch. Twitch is a really good platform for streaming video games. If you are a video gamer, you definitely need to check that out. Do check our Twitch page, Playtonia, as our Twitch page, and check out Wittyfeed. They do really good content. Do check them out. And we see a 3-man smoke up coming in from the side of White Shadows. They want to go for a kill onto the puck. They did spot him out a little bit here and there. The puck is going to be there in the top side in those trees, so things are not looking really well for them. The Dragon Knight will be able to spot out the Nexus Assassin. The Nexus Assassin knows that the bounty rune was taken by someone who is invisible. But it seems as though White Shadows are just going to retreat. They don't want to really take these team fights. They don't really feel good about that. The Nature's Prophet though, he doesn't really care. He's just going to go ahead and rat it out.
The prize is mine.
Double damage.
The arrow is going to connect onto the Night Stalker. No, it does not connect onto any of the heroes. It's going to connect onto the creep. A free creep going for the side of Mirana. So Mirana has bought her BKB. She's bought the BKB. She's going to go for a Hex next. Once the Hex is going to be there, they'll have one more lockdown in their arsenal, and the Sven will not be able to deal a lot of damage. Since the BKB has been bought fairly early on into the game, the cooldown is going to be to 5 seconds in these upcoming team fights. The cheese is going to be there with the Dragon Knight, the Aegis onto Mirana. They need to do something with this Aegis pick. They are really just farming up all these neutral traps here and there. I don't think White Shadows should waste their Aegis in these useless efforts that they are trying to do. Because they know that they will lose late game towards this Sven. They need to play this really carefully. They need to play this game right now and end it fast. So the next assassin has a Aghanim Scepter being queued up. We see there is going to be a shackle. No, the puck is just going to use that illusory orb. He is going to be able to be safe for now. The Shadow Shaman though, they know that they want to go for the puck. The puck, if he gets shackled and bloodthorned by the... Okay, in the top lane we see the puck is going to get spotted out by the Shadow Shaman, and that is going to be the bloodthorn. And puck, he's going to use that dual scepter and he's going to be safe for now. The Dreamfall is going to get popped up. BKB and TP out coming in from the Nexus Prophet, and he's going to be safe. Meanwhile, the Dragon Knight in the Radiant jungle all by his own, but only getting backed up by the Visage. He's going to spot out the Night Stalker. The Night Stalker, if he gets stunned, he is definitely going to die. You see the arrow is going to miss just by a sliver of his HP, and he's just going to go down.
Understood beckons.
See the mid lane barracks are going to go down. The Dragon Knight is going to pop his BKB and take that, but he is going to go down. A blink initiation coming in from his side will be able to take that. Meanwhile, the Nature's Prophet in the top lane will be able to get that top lane of barracks. A few more like this will be able to get that barracks. BKB is not going to be there for the Nature's Prophet. He will not be able to get back alive. So he's going to go down, but that is going to be 2 lane of barracks, and 1 lane tier 3s are down for the side of I Can Only Dream. The Visage is looking really weak right now. He's going to get followed by the Puck and the Recall is also going to get deployed, so he's going to go down. And he's going to drop the gem actually. Meanwhile, the Vendetta is going to get popped up, and the Shadow Shaman is also going to get spotted up by the next assassin. The next assassin has popped the dust, so the Shadow Shaman is in a really tricky situation. Illusion or plus the Waning Rift is going to be there from the Puck, and that is going to be a kill going the side of I Can Only Dream. That's 4 heroes down for White Shadows again, and it does not seem like it's working out well for them. Even though they're getting a few of these structures here and there, there is that Sven who is still alive, and they possibly need to buy back to take all these fights and try to defend their own base. So the Puck has the Dagon being geared up in his quick buy. Things are looking really well for them. Even though the structures are down, we see the Puck with that 420 GPM talent. 420, we all know that's the introduced language, the tank. So yeah, that's about it. The Agnum Scepter has been brought up by the Visage. He has enrolled the Phaedos, plus that Solar Crest, so he will be able to melt down a bunch of heroes if he catches them out alone. But that is going to be highly unlikely, since in these team fights it's going to be mostly 5v5, and White Shadows are definitely going to go down because they're losing all these heroes with the Nature's Prophet not participating in any of these fights. The Dragon Knight still has the cheese from that last 80 sometimes. You see the 4-man smoke from the side of I Can Only Dream is going to get popped up by the Mirana, and the BKB is also going to get popped up, but the BKB though, that's not going to be enough because the Dream Ball stun goes through the BKB from the Dragon Scepter, and the stun is going to pop out. The Dragon Knight also is going to get stun locked and is going to go down. That's going to be 2 heroes down for the side of White Shadows. Meanwhile, in the base of I Can Only Dream, Shadow Shaman and the next Prophet are going to be there. They're sieging the base. Meanwhile, the Sven and his friends are just going to go down the mid lane and try to get that. Actually, this is going to be a base race. We see the buyback coming from Mirana. The Mirana will be able to delay these base races. The Spike Arab is going to be there, and that is going to be a stun for the Mirana. And the tier 4s are actually going to get contested by the Sven. They're really tanky, so the towers are not dealing a lot of damage. Maybe if the Nature's Prophet TP'd back to the base and try to rad down. The Mirana has gone down, and so has the Nature's Prophet. He also has the buyback, and he is going to TP to the enemy base and try to sweep that. So this is going to be a really weird base race. Shadow Shaman is going to be the only one who's going to be there. And yeah, the Nature's Prophet is trying hard to get that Dire Ancient, and Dire Ancient is definitely going to go down. BKB has been popped up by the Sun. A few more likely coming in from the Sun will be able to secure that. Shadow Shaman is trying hard, will not be able to do that, and the Dire Ancient goes down. The Rad did not work for White Shadows, and I Can Only Dream are going to take the game. Game 1 with a fashion which you cannot really contest, since the Sven has that creep player coming in. So yeah, that's about it. This is Olbeer, and I'm going to be signing off right now.